NEOGOV is a public sector SaaS company providing lots of different solutions to serve public sector agencies or entities in everything from human resources to our public safety section, which is known as Power DMS, and really just serving the people who serve the people.
NEOGOV's relationship with Credera for me started in August of 22, and I immediately recognized it was a partnership. It was a collaborative effort on both sides. And myself, spending almost 28 years in law enforcement, I really felt a trust immediately. And it's hard to gain that, but I felt that almost immediately in the first meetings that I was exposed to every person there at Credera.
NEOGOV partnered with Credera specifically to build 3 components of software for public safety, namely law enforcement and detention. One of the things I was most impressed with, coming from a law enforcement background, was their ability to very quickly study and understand what we needed from these products that specifically served the law enforcement sector.
As we came to a close, obviously Credera met on all their promises that we were at, and it was kind of nice to see now that we're separation and we're on our own, seeing how the operational effectiveness of the software, going firsthand to those that we've put it on site. I've been to 7 or 8 different states and working with these agencies, and seeing their eyes light up of all the effort and time that was put into this product, that the software really is increasing their operational effectiveness and the ease for public safety.
To me, the Credera difference is professionalism, partnership, and collaboration.